Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first of two live broadcasts. And today, we're going to be showing you how you can use LinkedIn, which is the ultimate social network, to build your business faster. Facebook is great, but LinkedIn is 100 times better. 100 times better. And when you know how to use it properly, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, to prevent you from becoming a top earner and going to the top of your business. Nothing. It starts with the profile that you create. We're going to look at some profiles, and we're going to point out something that most people don't realize, that is, you're invisible. You think you're visible, but people can't see you. Now, LinkedIn is the world's largest professional social network, and they have jumped up to 890 million professionals. By the end of the year, they'll be at 900 million. They'll make a big deal about it. But LinkedIn is no longer a secret, and you've got millions of marketers rushing over to LinkedIn to join it. And as a result, what's happening is they are just throwing up all over people in your company. And as a result, LinkedIn is making some tremendous changes to everything that they're doing. They're literally redoing their platform. So quite often when you start to reach out to people and you start to engage them in making the connection or asking them a question, something's not going to work. And they're really making some significant changes. And that's going to have an impact on all of you. But at the end of the day, it's all about conversation. It's all about talking to people. Bob, thanks for bringing that to my attention. I'm going to let me unmute you for just a minute. Bob, was that the email with directions on going to tonight's boot camp session? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, it was the welcome email coming out just 20 minutes ago.
And it had the October.
When I clicked on the link in it for registering for tonight's session, that is the link that I got, and it says this webinar has completed.
All right, thank you.
Therefore, yeah.
Thanks. I'll make sure that it's corrected.
Sure, no problem.
Thank you. Okay. Now, LinkedIn's business model enables you to easily connect with people on your first 3 levels for free. And it promotes advanced features that come with additional costs, like Sales Navigator. And for those of you that are in boot camp, they're going to offer you the first 30 days for free. And I urge you to take advantage of that. Here's the way LinkedIn works. The first level are the people that you're directly connected to. Just like you have Facebook friends, on LinkedIn, they call them connections. Now, all of these connections have connections. So the connections of your first level connections are on your second level. And again, all of the people on your second level have connections, and those people are on your third level. And so what LinkedIn is going to let you do is LinkedIn is going to let you communicate quickly and easily with everybody on all three levels, including people that belong to groups that you belong to. That's a lot. That is a lot of people. And so what LinkedIn historically does is they will let you see who on your first level is live and online. The green dot stands for you're logged into LinkedIn on a desktop or laptop. The green donut means you're using their mobile app, but it's only for people on your first level unless you adjust the settings. And when you adjust the settings, you can make yourself visible to everybody. So the strategy is stay logged into LinkedIn. Don't turn your computer off. If you turn your computer off, turn it on as soon as you do. And so people that you wrote to, people that you messaged will see you're online, and they're more inclined to reach out and respond back to you. Now, LinkedIn lets you easily connect with the people that you know on your first level. When you go to message people on your second level and your third level, there's sometimes they restrict your ability to connect with people unless you know their email address. Because you see, LinkedIn wants to charge you to message people that you don't know, especially if you don't know their email address. The secret weapon for LinkedIn that we have revealed years ago and is still hot is the secret backdoor, which will enable you to reach out and connect with people on your second level, on your third level, in groups, and you don't know their email address, and you're going to be able to use it for free. LinkedIn's secret backdoor makes it possible and much easier to connect with perfect prospects, including people with large circles of influence. We call them whales. Makes it easier to communicate with them faster and enables you to close more of them in less time. The secret backdoor exposes you to a huge population of people that under normal circumstances you wouldn't have access to without having to pay for it. Tonight, in tonight's boot camp, we're going to completely open up and share with everybody all the elements to that secret backdoor. Your competition is already using LinkedIn's secret backdoor right now, and you should be using it too. And again, you can be using LinkedIn for free. The secret backdoor will enable you to talk to more perfect prospects about your business every day, have a crazy number of people hitting you up about your business and products every day, and have your message box filled with people wanting to join your team. Using the secret backdoor and using it every day will make it possible. Now, I love success stories. And last Tuesday night, when we did a training for my friends at the Power Lead System, Joe Whaley is a coaching student that in 2018, he was at a boot camp. He wanted to go faster. So I started working with him, and the first month he enrolled 18 people. Now, Joel knows how to sell. And all I had to do was show him what available tools were waiting for him to use on LinkedIn. He took off. The following year, he came back and he said, listen, I just started this insurance business. Phyllis and I have a goal of signing up 100 agents in the last 2 months of the year. Now, you don't accomplish that by working 2 hours a day. They poured it on. They were putting in 10, 12, sometimes 14 hours a day, but they started making money right away. And the agents that they were bringing into the business were having phenomenal success too. And that is what it's all about. So I saw him opened up his mic, and this was the story that he had to share. Let me open Joel up. You know, I love it when former students come back.
Hi, Max.
Joel, how are you?
Doing good, doing great.
I love it. You know, I constantly refer to you as, you know, one of my favorite success stories, because Joel here is probably one of the most experienced, talented salespeople I've ever met. I mean, this man could sell you anything.
Sweet. See, I like him already.
You know, it's true. I mean, we're going to talk a little bit about you. You know, when I was working with you back in 2018, you know, you picked it up right away. You were doing great. And then in 2009, we decided to do this insurance thing. And I never thought that, I mean, you had pretty high goals, you know, 100 agents in 2 months. You guys did it. Thrilled that you're here. Now, one thing I want to point out to you, in looking at your profile, see, I can see your followers. And this was a sly little thing that LinkedIn did, where they told you, if you want to make your posts visible to all the things that you do, then what you do is you become a content creator.
Gotcha.
Okay. And we thought when we did that, that was a wonderful thing. And it really was. But then it's kind of like in the middle of the night on a Friday night, they went in and they changed the deal. And what they did was they replaced your connect button with a follow button. So we're going to explain why. And so we need to go back in there and turn that off so that people can connect with you, because they can still see what you're doing.
Yeah, I would like that. But you can also, if you click on more, I think there's a connect button in more.
Well, no, there wouldn't be one for us because we're already connected.
Right. But I meant if it was a new person.
Right. Well, right. But see, the average person doesn't know about that.
That's true. Where do you go in? I don't even know where to go in and turn it off anymore.
If we have time, I'll show you.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you, Max, I want to say thanks so much. And this is going to be our first $1 million year on that. We're well on our way. And I just wanted to, I mean, I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for me. I just can't. I really appreciate everything you've done. Just wanted to say that. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I appreciate that. I mean, I love it when people hit that first $1 million year, but not the last.
No, we're on our way.
Oh, congratulations. It's funny because I help so many people, but it's nice to hear it. There's a lot of people I don't hear they hit $1 million until 10 years after they did it. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, bro. That's awesome. Thank you.
And by the way, what he did, okay, all of you can do, right?
Yeah.
What he did,
absolutely.
all of you can do, because number one, it's not hard, and it's just a matter of following some simple steps. And the one thing that impressed me about Joel right from the beginning, because he's a great salesman, great salespeople know you want to listen more than you talk. And working with him was an absolute pleasure. Joe, why don't you tell everybody what coaching did for you, if you would.
Well, it did so much, I don't know if I can put it into just a few words, but it actually propelled me into the next level. And I think that's what everybody's looking for, being able to come to you and talk to you about what I was doing and just doing the tweaks, just the little things that we miss that the coaching really helped with. I don't know how to even express it. I mean, because even like come into these things, you do a great job with these, but it's not like the individual coaching where I can ask a personal question on how I actually can make this happen. So it's like you said, we did over 100 agents in 2 months, less than 2 months on that with your coaching and our work. So it was great.
Now let me open Joel up. You know, I love it. Now let me come back and point something out. Your headline on LinkedIn will play a critically important role in being able to connect with the people in your target audience. All right. So when he decided to go after insurance agents, he had a specific group of insurance agents he was going after. They were easy to identify. And so you notice we changed his headline. CEO at Whaley's Virtual Insurance Group, helping agents get off the road and work smarter, not harder. The responses that he was getting from the agents that he was connecting with blew him away. And we wrote some very, very specific scripts that enabled Joe to introduce himself, ask a series of 3 questions that the agents readily answered. And as a result, in 2 months, 100 agents. Your profile plays a very, very important role in making connections, in conversation, in talking to people. It literally sets the stage for you to have outrageous results. And it all starts with you connecting with people. In some cases, if you've been on LinkedIn for a while, reconnecting with people. But with the economy going to hell in a handbasket, people that share your work experience, people that share your passion for particular activities, your history of involvement, would immediately connect with you, would immediately appreciate everything that you do. And then there's no limit to the number of people that you could reach out and connect with. The key is your profile needs to be about you, not about your business. Not about your business. Because you're not going to be the only person in your company that's on LinkedIn approaching the same people that you want to talk to. And why do we want to talk to them? We want to talk to them because we know, based on the contents of their profile, we know they're looking for an opportunity. We know, based on their history, that they would excel in your business. And that's something that you really need to pay attention to. Just because somebody is looking for an opportunity does not mean you want to talk to them about your business. What they do is critically important. How much money they're looking to make is going to be critically important. And when you bring people into your business, the more people these people know, the more successful you're going to be. The bigger your group is going to be. And I wanted to bring up, we're going to look at some profiles. So last Thursday, we did create your page. Tonight, it's all about connecting with people. And I just want to show you what's possible for you. All it takes is activity. All it takes is conversation. Now, a couple of years ago, I had a couple that came over from Poland, and they were interested in learning how to build network marketing business using social media. As a matter of fact, they spent over $40,000 purchasing all kinds of different programs, participating in all kinds of different trainings from probably a lot of the people that you worked with. And then they were in my October boot camp. And after the second session, they called me up. They said, listen, we need your help. We want to build our business in Poland. So they came to Miami Beach. We spent 3 days together. And I set them up, which is what we do. And I work with you one-on-one. We set them up so that they could go back to Poland, conduct their own trainings, and start building their own group. Now, I'm not sharing this with you because I want to impress you. I'm sharing this with you because I want to impress upon you what you can be doing, what members of your team can be doing. Because even though they were experienced network marketers, they started from scratch.
To share with you something incredible what happened to our life. After we have met with Max Stangard 2 years ago, somebody close to us explained that this guy is brilliant. He's a father of social media marketing. So we wanted to see him, to touch him, and to learn from him. And I will tell you something, what happened during these 3 years. The first company we started to cooperate with after going through this boot camp, which Max prepared for us, we broke a record. In 1 year, my wife, she was a distributor of this company. She started to make business with the social media marketing 100% online through Facebook.
Yes.
She built a team with a couple of thousand people, and she was number one in Europe. And her income increased from 0 points of, because we started with a brand new people. We didn't bring distributors, we didn't bring teams, we just started with people from Facebook. And it was really amazing that it was 100% duplicable for all of our team. So the last check she made after 12 months, it was $60,000. From 0 point to 60,000 in 12 months, 100% on social media. And this was happened because of Max Stangard in his bootcamp. Thank you, Max. From bottom of our heart, what you did for us is incredible. There are a lot of trainers, a lot of people who are pretend to be the best of the best in the world to teach in this area. But you know what? I found that they are training the theory. So they're students making nothing with this theory. So we were looking for somebody who can provide us step by step to have a really good result. So we started with this information and training and knowledge we get from Max, from his coaching, for his training, for his boot camps. And guess what happened? At that time, we was in a different company. We ran to the top of this company just in 12 months. We were the first check in Europe.
After 6 months.
After 6 months, yes. And something happened that we needed to change the company. We started a brand new company 3 months ago. And within 3 months, we made it Syria. We made a diamond in 74 days.
Yes.
From 0 point. Guys, somebody can put a thing. Of course, they brought their old team. No. We built this new team with a brand new people, all of them from Facebook. We have a 66 person for now in our front line. Yes, and we made about $300,000 in the first 5 weeks in the volume, and it happened only because it works. So Max, thank you from all of our heart, from for everything you are doing, not only for us, but for thousands of people like us. So it's life-changing game. Thank you very much.
What I want to say, it's in this 12 weeks in social media only. We build organization and we have connection with people, new people in this industry. We teach them every single step by step in social media, and it really works. We have for now in 12 weeks more than 1,000 people. It's only start, and we have great vision on the future.
1,000 people in 12 weeks. Now, that wasn't them bringing in 1,000 people. It was them bringing in people who brought in people. It's all about duplication. It's all about duplication. When you're talking to people that you know in advance need what you have, want what you have, the rest of it is a matter of following the procedure, talking to people, asking questions, qualifying people. Let me pop over here and let me bring up I love it when old students come back. And when I say old, I mean former students. Let me unmute Teresa. And by the way, I want you to notice
Hi, Max.
Teresa, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing, I gotta
Good.
tell you, couldn't be any better. Something that I noticed in looking at your page, I can see your followers.
Okay. All right.
And what that means, if I can see your followers, that means your settings are off.
Okay.
So when people look at your profile, people that you don't know, people that you're not connected to, okay,
All righty.
then what happens is people are not going to be able to make the connection. You'll get a lot of followers, but not what you're looking for.
Okay.
All right.
All righty.
All right. So how's LinkedIn been treating you?
I have not been on it, to tell you the honest to truth, and I'm joining the boot camp, so I'm going to focus now on LinkedIn.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as a recruiter, as anybody with recruiting experience, it's such a huge opportunity to reach out to other recruiters. I mean, if we come over here on LinkedIn and you look at all the, you look at all the recruiters that are on LinkedIn right now. You have 1.9 million recruiters. And there's no shortage of opportunity for you to start talking to these people, to find out what's going on. Because more and more, everybody is being impacted by what's happening with the economy.
Right. They're probably pulling their hair out, very frustrated because of the lack of people wanting to go to work.
Well, that's part of it, but you see on LinkedIn, you can pick out the people who are clearly looking for work, because LinkedIn has added another feature. So if we come over here, now the recruiters don't like this feature, because what it does is it enables you to identify the people. For example, Sam here is actively looking for remote opportunities.
Oh,
All right. And his background, he was an IT sales recruiter. You look at his profile. Now, on your third, is on my third level, there's no connect button. But he's looking for work, looking for something remote. You can come down here and you can look at his work history. And so being in IT, and now we moved over to recruiting. So he worked for this company for 2 years, left this company, started to work for another company, but for some reason, now he's actively looking for another job. It could very well be that he's no longer working here. But the bottom line for all of you is, again, we're talking about 1 point. What happened to? Oh, okay. Right. So it was 1.9 million recruiters, and there's 65,000 recruiters that are actively looking for new opportunities. Do you think out of those 65,000, you might be able to connect with 10 people who'd be interested in what you're doing? And as we come down here, you're going to see LinkedIn is urging people to take the connect button off, replace it with the follow button. And the secret back door, there's one. You're going to start to see more and more profiles. Let's take a look at Kara. Now, Kara is paying for LinkedIn. And we come down here. Again, follow. Now, she's got 4,400 followers. Now, LinkedIn always shows you maximum of 500 connections. So she's got 500 followers. I'm sorry, 500 connections. It's a high probability that she's got well over 4,000 connections as well. So she's been on LinkedIn for a long time. Now, you can look at her activity. Senior manager, client services. And she just left her job last month. So she's looking for something new. The biggest challenge that you're going to have is that you're not going to be the only person that she tries to talk to.
you said that she's paid LinkedIn? That's
Yeah,
good.
anytime you see the LinkedIn icon, I mean, she's paying LinkedIn's monthly fee.
To use Sales Navigator or?
Well, no, it could be Sales Navigator, it could be their premium service.
Gotcha.
They have 4 different services, but she's paying for it. But the key is that she's also active. So you can see what people are doing. You can see when they've done it. Now this was a month old. Somebody put something up here. It was a month ago. You go over here, you look at her posts. Again, this was a month ago. But your ability to reach out to her and start a conversation, make that connection, has never been easier. And that's what it's all about. Then at the end of the day, it comes down to conversation. Who are you talking to? All right.
Mhm.
And literally, if you're not talking to 10, 15, 20 people every single day, you're missing the boat. And I'm talking to all of you. There's nothing, absolutely nothing to prevent you from having great conversations with people who you know in advance need what you have, want what you have. And the key to all of this is to identify the people that clearly, right out of the gate, would be great candidates for your business. Now, I pulled up, for those of you that are in boot camp, I pulled up some of the scripts that we used specifically during COVID for high-end executives that lost their jobs. And there's one in particular that I'm really looking forward to sharing with you, because it started out, we're talking to a district manager who managed something like 30 different locations. After 31 years, he lost his job. What did he like to do the most? He loved training. He loved building teams. So we've got this phenomenal transition script. And he already had some previous experience in Amway 15, 20 years ago. And as we're going through the process of qualifying him, getting ready to show him the business, he comes back. I mean, we were ready to just set up a time to talk. When he comes back, he says, you know, I got to tell you, I like you. I really don't want to waste your time, because I'm not really sure this is for me. And we were trying to set up a time for him to talk to the big upline that was making millions. And we went back. And the rest of that conversation, where we talked a little bit more about network marketing, a little bit more about the history. I understand how you feel about it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And anyway, we're going to share with everybody in boot camp. The fella finally came back and said, you know, let me think about it. It's not off the table, but let me think about it. 4 months later, he joined the business. 4 months. All right. So what I'm going to do here is let's take a look at some conversations, because at the end of the day, it's all about who you talk to. All about who you talk to. Now, LinkedIn has made a number of changes. If we go over here to the message area. All right, so this is still the old messaging feature. It's going to change. Some of you already have the new feature. We come over here to my network. Same thing. What LinkedIn is doing is LinkedIn is in the process of moving invitations over to notifications. When is it going to happen with you? It happens when it happens. The key to all of this still comes down to conversation. Who are you talking to? And that should be your first filtering process. So let's come over, messages. Let's look at okay, so Matthew is somebody that we tried to talk to before. And all of a sudden he resurrected. Okay. I started a business. It's going well. Now it's a well-oiled machine. I'll be jumping back into the corporate realm. After numerous attempts to get him to look at your business. So the message we sent was a little standoffish. Hello, stranger. It's nice to hear from you. Happy to hear that you started your own business and it's running like a well-oiled machine. Working for yourself beats working for a company any day. As for me, I've never been better in my entire life. Thanks for asking. As a result of the tanking economy, my business has taken off as more people than ever before are jumping aboard because they want to make full-time income from home. I sure wish you had looked at it when I tried to show it to you a while back. They just raised interest rates yesterday by 75 points, and business will be getting even better. Now, we didn't come back and we didn't say, would you like to look at my business now? No. Why would you jump back into the corporate world again? Reminds me about the line that defines insanity. So what kind of job will you be looking for? I made it myself. I got job offers right around the time you messaged me. I started my business to supplement my income so I could take a lower paid position and start new in my career. How much I enjoy leading large teams. Okay, so let's look and see what okay. Matthew. All right, now. Number one, you don't want to say, when can we schedule a time to show you? No. We want to find out if you'd like to look. Okay. think of all of the tools, all the strategies that you have at your fingertips as a bag of potato chips. You don't want to give them the whole bag. You want to give them one at a time. Now, all right, now, don't be mad at yourself. There are always second chances. So I wouldn't have said that. Hey, Matthew, you screwed up. You missed a boat. Okay? You missed a boat. It's too bad you missed a boat. Okay? Because if we've been working together all this time, you'd be on cloud 9. Now, I'm looking for something remote in either HR or in some form of real estate. I'm open to new ideas. Rather than tear apart HR or real estate. Going back into retail reminded me how much I loved leading large teams. Okay, he loves leading large teams. Now, if I was going to charge you $50 a word for every word you sent to Matthew, I hope you had a great week. No. Between you and me, you don't hope he had a great week. You hope he had a miserable week. Okay, you hope he had a miserable week. So now I wonder what you've been smoking. See, you don't want to knock down what somebody thinks they want to do. And he probably is smoking something. Okay? Now, again, you're fortunate though. I'm starting another project. To take 2 specially selected people. I know. All right. Okay. Right. You're going out on a limb. I've got an image of someone out on a limb in the process of cutting off the limb, but he was on the wrong side of the limb. Okay. So really what you want to do here. Now this was Thursday, last week. And of course, today's election day. Now, if his Airbnb business was going so well, it's a well-oiled machine. Wouldn't it be nice if he was making enough money so that he didn't have to do anything else? Okay. Started my business to supplement my income. Now. You're open to ideas. All right. Now. Okay. So. He loves training and leading teams. Now. Now. put it in the same order. See what I did? Versus let me unmute James.
Good morning, Max.
Morning, James. So what do you think?
Like I said in the chat, your way with words is masterful.
Well, here's the thing. You're gonna find the more we do this, my words are gonna become your words. Okay, when these things come up again, let's come back over here. See, the big difference is it's all about posture and position. Okay. And every word is back at him. We're reminding him your passion for training and leading teams of people would have already made you a top earner and recognized leader in my company by now. And since almost all of the work is virtual, you would have enjoyed the best of both worlds. Reminding him subtly. Now, working in HR or real estate would not offer you neither the income nor the personal satisfaction you'd experience working in my business. We're not going to talk about rising interest rates. We're not going to talk about that other stuff. The bottom line is, that could come up. But so now I'm about to launch another special project to help 2 more people become top earners in my company in the next 90 days. And I've already selected 2 candidates to work with. While I know that both of them will be successful, your passion for leading people and building teams makes you a better candidate than one of them. This is going to create urgency.
Yeah. A little bit of a takeaway.
Well, right. And so if you're finally ready to take a serious look, when can we talk about this in the next 48 hours? Okay, now he don't get back to you in 48 hours. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. So again, it's all about how you talk to people. It's all about, and again, once we go through these different scenarios and you get familiar with the same words, it becomes a matter of copying, editing, pasting, controlling the conversation. Every word, every syllable is designed to get the other person to think about their situation and to move them through the process. The bottom line is you were never able to get him to look at it before. He always kind of put you off, never responded. So now, hey. And, listen, don't be surprised if you don't hear from him. Okay, because he's a little bit of a, okay, but at least, it is what it is. So we'll take a look at some of these other ones at 4. Do we have a coaching session today or is it tomorrow?
No, it's tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Now here's the thing. Today, in the United States, the whole world is looking at what's going on with the election. But that doesn't mean that you all can't be reaching out to people, starting the conversations. Even though there's an election going on, people still need to pay their bills. People are still looking for work. You need to be reaching out to 10, 15 people every day. And what you're doing is you're planting seeds. And when you're done, you're going to find that on a daily basis, you're going to be showing your business. So maybe we're going to show him the business tomorrow. Let's find 3 or 4 other people that we can be showing the business tomorrow. And then we can find 3 or 4 people that we can be showing the business on Thursday. And so what we want to do is we're going to get to where you're showing the business to 2 or 3 people every day, and you're closing 1 or 2. Then you're on your way. But at the same point in time, you all have to be really focusing on, do the people that you're talking to have the skills, have the desire to be successful? You're looking for people that like to teach, like to train, that are not afraid of sales. And God knows you have access to millions of people. As soon as somebody comes across, they're not what you're looking for, stop talking to them and talk to somebody that does. End of story.
Okay.
All right. So now let me just take a quick peek and see who's here.
There are a couple of really good ones in that list, Max.
Yeah, I saw those. And I know who they are. But I wanted to deal with him first.
Yeah.
Now, this afternoon at 4, I'm going to share with you a story. It's kind of like the follow-up story to one of the conversations in our new script book. And it's the one where the person says, right here on page 60. I've been approached by a lot of people. Okay. And this afternoon, we're going to show you what this fella ended up getting into the business. So until next time, best of luck in building the business. God bless. Quickly, if there's anybody here that is interested in my coaching program, put your phone number in the chat window, and one of my staff members will reach out to you. I'm going to be finishing up with 2 people this week. So we're going to have 2 openings. And Bob mentioned, hey, if you're going to vote, the people that you're going to be standing around while you're waiting in line could very well be candidates for your business. Don't try to sell. While you're waiting in line, learn about somebody. What do you do? Then just ask them if they're on Facebook or LinkedIn. Let's connect on Facebook or LinkedIn. Don't try to do it when you're standing in line. All right, until next time,